Good morning, students. Now, in this session, we will complete the last topic of the chapter, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants, and the topic name is Apomixis and Polyembryony. Now, what is this apomixis? Certain seeds, as we have seen earlier, that the seeds they are considered as a final product of the sexual reproduction. Now, in certain species of the plant, such as the asteraceae and grasses, the seeds are developed without the process of fertilization. Such seeds are known as apomictic seeds, and the process is known as apomixis. Now, in certain plant species, what happens? The diploid egg cell divides. The diploid egg cell divides without means as a result of the reduction division, and it forms the embryo without fertilization. It's divide with the help of reduction division, and it develops the embryo, that is without fertilization. Whereas in case of citrus and in the mango, what happens? As we have seen the structure of the embryo sac, some of the cells of the nucellus, they particularly divide and they enter into the embryo sac, and finally they develop into the embryo. Now in this condition, what happens? The ovules, they are having more than one embryo. So this process or this phenomenon in which the plant species are having more than one ovule in their particular, more than one ovules are there, so that particular process is known as polyembryony. Now, how to observe this polyembryony? You can take the seeds of the orange and just squeeze this out. So you can observe the different small size of the embryo, that is different shapes are there, different patterns are there, and they are looking very much different from each other. So similarly, in many kinds of other species, you can find out that how many different kinds of or the number varies of the embryo from species to species. Now, what is the need of this apomixis? Generally, in order to fulfill the food requirement, the farmers are mostly dependent on the hybrid seeds. Now, in order to produce this hybrid seeds, it is so much expensive, and it becomes too costly for the farmers to purchase the hybrid seeds whole year. And if they are just growing the plants from this hybrid seeds, what happens? That whatever the progeny in the plants are there, the characters of the hybrid varieties are not maintained. So in order to overcome this drawback, apomixis is the best phenomenon is there by which we can produce the hybrid seeds, and the farmers, they can grow the plants whole year, and there is no need to purchase the hybrid seeds. So this is the importance of the apomixis. Again, I am revising that what is the process of apomixis. Apomixis is generally the production of the seeds without fertilization. It is a form of asexual reproduction which mimics the sexual reproduction. Mimics means it is somewhat similar, but it is a kind of asexual. Now, why asexual? Because the seeds are produced without fertilization. And we have seen the two examples, that is one of the plant species are there in which the diploid egg cell, it is formed by the reduction division, and the embryo, it is formed from this. And second, the citrus and the mango, the cells of the nucellus, they start dividing, they enter into the embryo sac, and finally the embryos are formed. So this completes your topic, that is apomixis and polyembryony. That is the last topic, and here we end the chapter number 2.